Hey guys, wanted to do a little video here showing some more stuff that I have bought. So this video is focusing on two purchases. I did McKay's bookstore in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then I actually did a tour of Christian Light Education in Virginia. So I'll explain a little bit more about that. I'm probably going to do a video of the actual tour itself. But basically, this is what I bought. So I bought two Abeka readers for my one daughter, and they were $2 each, and that's a pretty good savings because I think these are 14, 15, or 16 bucks each on Abeka's website. So I wanted her to just have a couple books to go through. They're just individual little stories. So just little tiny stories. For grade 2, we really enjoy Christian Light Education. So these were $1.50. I think they're normally $4.10 each, which I have no problem with buying directly from Christian Light Education. But if it's in new condition, why spend more than double if I don't need to? I've got 5 kids. So anyway, so this is, I got 206, 207, 208, 209, and 210 because they do 10 light units. So you do 10 through the whole year of reading. And this is kind of like English, phonics, and reading comprehension and spelling. It's literally a little bit of everything. They have like sight words in here just like English. See? Study words. Let me make sure it's showing it. Let me scoot this over here. So it shows study words. Now, after touring Christian Light publications, I have an even greater appreciation for them. They do so much. It's a huge operation. Anyways, I won't go into all the details. Basically, there's a test in the middle, and they have quizzes. You know what, the test might be missing. I don't care. I probably have another test somewhere. Maybe one that we didn't use. Who knows? But yeah, they have study words. It does phonics. It does English. It's like a mix. I actually, the very first thing I bought from Christian Light Education was reading grade 2. And it was kind of taking a gamble back then because there just wasn't much information out there on YouTube. But on their website, they have a sample of each book, each light unit. So you can just go to their website, check it out. Okay, so there's the reading. And then I bought some math. And I just thought, oh, I can mix and match. So I got light unit 203, 209, and 210. So you have little flashcards that you can do with it. I do think the teacher's guide and the flashcards are necessary. You don't have to do it, but they're not crazy with the teacher's guides. They give you lots of resources, but they don't overdo it. It's not just like, oh, it's so overwhelming, I don't want to do it. It's not like that. It's basically just perfect. So, you know, this is nice. It's convenient. We like the light units. I do have BJU Press as well. We also have Abeka. It just depends on you and your preference and your kid. Each curriculum is different, and they teach things differently. Some things are similar, some things are different. So, I do have other videos of flip through, so I won't go through all of it just so I don't bore you. I'm more just trying to show what I got. Then I got the reading for grade 4. I think there's only 5 that come in this year, and I actually already have a whole second set, but I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and if I do another order, which I plan to, I'll fill in the gaps as needed, you know, each time I do an order. So really like it. And then I also bought, what did I buy? I also bought the answers. So they have the teacher's guide And then they have just an answer book. I bought that. It wasn't very expensive. I think it's like $1.50. Maybe it's $3. I don't know, but I got a good deal. So the McKay's bookstore, sometimes you can just find some really good deals there. So there's a quiz. There's the test. There's quiz 2. There's quiz 1. So it's like you pull out these middle packets. Okay. So there's that. So I'll just have to fill in a couple extra there. Then I got light units 207, 208, 209, and 210. So remember I said I'm paying $1.50 there. And I'm basically just, you know, they're normally $4.10. So they have spelling words, just like reading has study words. And then they also have the penmanship. So it's a mix of like phonics, English, spelling, penmanship. Pretty cheap. I mean, basically you buy 10 light units at like $40. Teacher's guide is like 10, 12, 15 bucks. You can buy extra stuff if you want, but they don't overdo it. So it's a very affordable curriculum. And talking about the tour, I mean, if you want to check out the other video I'm going to be doing, the tour was amazing. The amount of work they do and what goes into this, I was shocked. We walked through all the different departments, all their little warehouses and separate buildings. It was cool. And they even had a table behind their main bookshop in the front. And they had books that were half the price. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So, I mean, you could probably even call them and say, hey, can you just ship me all the half price books? And they were in good condition. There was a couple that had some like roughed up parts where it looked like it kind of got bent up in shipping. But like, I mean, your kid might ruin it anyway, so who cares? I mean, I know our light units look rough by the time we're done with them. Anyways, you get the point here. So I got this and that. So I got a couple books and I overdid it again on the curriculum as usual. Okay, here is what I got from Christian Light Publications. Okay. So in the store, they had a display of all their curriculum. And there's like some stuff in there that I saw that I was like, oh, I didn't even realize they sold this. And it was kind of nice to put my hands on it because I was like, oh, I'm definitely buying this. But I had to pull back because I dropped like $200 and that was saving money. There was other stuff I wanted to buy and I had to just say, okay, here's all the things I was interested in, but I'm going to have to like pull back a little bit. This is a sticker and it's basically just cursive or manuscript. And you can just put it on your kid's desk or whatever. This doesn't work for us on this desk. I use these white tables from Sam's Club and I like the Sam's Club tables the best. They're actually high quality compared to like Walmart and other places. But anyways, these don't really stick on that. So I have to figure something else. Okay. There's a couple books like this. They were pretty affordable. It's like a hard book. Let me try to raise this up a second here. Let me try to, hang on a second. Sorry, I'm going to be messing with the camera here. You're going to be like, what on earth? That's better. Right there. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to be one of those YouTuber people. A little stand. Okay. So these were pretty affordable. Let me actually pull out the price sheet. Samuel's Choice. $11.25. Oh, actually, it wasn't that cheap. Okay, whatever. The other book we bought, there was a couple like this. I actually didn't like the way the other one ended. It was about like these people that wore all white and the soldiers came to their house and said, we need paper. And they were like, we only have a Bible and it took us years to make and we had to go into debt and da-da-da-da. And they were like, sorry, we need it. And they took the paper And then they just left and they were like, God softened their heart. And that was the end. And I was like, is there more? And so I was kind of like, yeah, probably regret buying that. Anyways, that's okay. So this is what this one looks like. Maybe this one ends better. I'm not sure. Okay, so there's that book. And then Friend Pen is $7.25. It's a nice hardcover. And I thought this would be a good reader and educational for my kids. Okay, so you get the gist of it. Oh, pretty cool. These books were pretty cheap. This was 25 Favorite Stories, $3.99. Oh, and I have the other book. Oh, there's another book. Where is it? It's like, this one is Favorite Stories from the Bible, $11.25. It was like a really nice hardcover. Anyways, this was cheap. Each one is just like one page of writing and a picture and then some questions. Let me holler at my daughter real quick and ask her if she can find that book. Hey, Nora. I'm doing a YouTube video. Do you know where that yellow book is that I bought from Christian Light Education? I think it's on my tall dresser in the bedroom. It's like a small little book about Bible stories. It's like a hardcover. Okay. Nora, come here for a second. Come here and show people in this video this book. I'm going to go look for it. I'm going to have Nora do a flip through. All right, Nora. Can you just real quick do a flip through of this? Just put that down. It's cool. Just show them the beautiful book. I'm going to go find the other one.
All right. Whoops.
It's like a little hardcover book. It's got like a yellow front. I bought it at Christian Light. I'm trying to do a video. I can't find it. Oh, that's too bad. I know I saw it somewhere. Oh well, I can't find it. That's too bad, but I did find the other book that I wasn't too crazy about.
I just finished it.
Wasn't too crazy about this one. Okay.
Hello.
Thanks, Nora.
You're welcome.
Okay, so then this one looked pretty good. I'm Canadian. And my brother lives in Ottawa. And he was telling me something about this. We were driving through near the Parliament buildings or something. And he kind of told me about how it was used, I think, in the war. I don't know. And I was just like, wait a minute, what? And he told me a little story. And I was like, how did I not know that? And yeah, he talked about how they used the boats to transport stuff or something for the war or something. I don't know. So I thought, okay, this will be a cool little book to have for the kiddos. He knew a lot of interesting stuff about it. And the canal was very small. And when I saw it, it was like near the Parliament buildings, I think. Very skinny, like maybe like 30 or 40 feet wide max, if I'm correct. And then there was like this huge drop down, like a big cliff, and that's facing the river where I think it's looking at Quebec. And I was like, well, how on earth did they go from this high part down to that? I don't know if they had locks back then. Yeah, 40 feet, look. 40 feet. Something like that. Yeah, it was very narrow. Yeah. Yep. They hauled farmers' crops. Anyway, so that's that. That was cheap. Where is it? $4.95. Okay, so then this one's Philip. I bought this. It was only like $3.95 or something. And I thought it'd be a good book for my kids to learn and like understand what things are like in different countries and what people go through, and you know, hopefully my kids will appreciate things and learn to be caring and empathetic for people. Okay, so I got a couple books about this. And then this one's called Sandals. It was $3.25. I also thought this would be a good book. I want my children to be givers. And I kind of got the impression this book was, you know, talking about kids who need things. And I thought, okay, this would be a good book for them. Okay. 8 eggs. This was how much? $6.95. So if this is by Christian Light, it is. Okay, so they told us how they make their books. It was so cool. They had one girl on like a bright board. Like she had computers in front of her, and then she had this big board in front of her, and it was lit up with light. And she was using Adobe Illustrator, I'm quite sure. And she was tracing out illustrations. And there was a girl before her that showed us. And when I do the tour video, I'll show you this. But basically, they take real kids in the area that they're in, I guess, like, because it's like a Mennonite area that we were in. And they get pictures of the kid doing something like cutting grass with an old school looking farm tool. And then they take that picture and they put it on a different picture that has like, looks like a farm and some outbuildings in the background. And then they take a whiteboard or whatever, they trace it. Then when they trace it, they color it and they're done. They've even taken pictures of their staff imitating something like from a book about Jesus. And then they turn it around and make it a real illustration. And then we were at this Amish store, and we met 2 people that were like, oh yeah, we did Christian Light education like as homeschool curriculum. And the one girl said, yeah, my siblings they took pictures of my siblings for the book. So I was like, how cool is that? So a lot of work goes into these illustrations, and a lot of work goes into the books. They would print papers out, and if it wasn't perfect, they'd throw away a whole stack of papers. And of course it gets recycled, but there's like a real spirit of excellence there. So I was definitely impressed. But I just thought this was a beautiful book. And I liked, after I had seen how they make the illustration, I thought, oh, this is cool. I definitely want to buy something that you can tell that they did this. The way they probably took a picture of a real boy and, you know, did what they did in front of us where we saw how they make it. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, so I got reading. So I got 210, 209, 208. There was some stuff that they didn't have. So like maybe there was a couple here, a couple there that they didn't have. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just buy it. And then when I do my next order, I'll fill in the gaps. But you see, I mean, I got almost all of them, if not, it was like 3 or 4 tables just packed with curriculum. Oh, and also they told me that when they made their upper level social studies books, I think it's like their newer social studies books. I'm not going to tell you the number, but they've invested massive money. And they were like, they don't really make money on that textbook. They make money on their consumables like this. But I just was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. And they were like, we wanted good content. And then they chose really good photos, and you have to pay for those photos. And they were like, we want a real good quality, like encyclopedia type photos. And so they got it. So they spent a lot of money. So here's Bible 2. We were also very impressed with this. It's basically like you read something off to the side. Let me show you. You read something off to the side, and then they usually have an activity or questions to the right. And then I got this in their store. The staff was all so friendly there. It's a non-profit. Started off, I think, in like the basement of somebody's house, and then they called together different Christian people and were like, hey, we need Christian content, like Christian books, Christian this, Christian that. And they got people to all come together and invest money, and they grew it, and it just kept growing. And then they added a second level to a house, and then they added a warehouse, and then they added this, and now they have like multiple warehouses. They were like, we spent $200,000 to move this light pole because it was in the way of the next building. And I'm like, wow. It was pretty cool. So a couple of these, I bought reading 1. Gabriel's in grade 1 right now. And I bought a couple extra just in case Olivia is gonna need it. And I have separate videos for this too, guys. So if you want to see reading 1, I have that. But basically, I think I bought double of everything so that Olivia can do it as well, because Olivia's got some of their younger stuff. Now, I forgot that I actually already have Bible 5. But, oh well. So I already have the answer key too, but I was like, well, you know what? If they rough up the answer key like they do a light unit, probably doesn't hurt to have a second one. So whatever. It is what it is. So I have 2 of the Bible 5. And then, let's see here. This is the learning to read, which would be for Olivia. I mean, I could do Gabriel, but probably not. Gabriel's already like learned how to read through Rebecca, so I don't think I would use this for Gabriel. Looks like I just bought 1 set, so it's probably just for Olivia. But yeah, this is, so with Christian Light, you can buy their little pre-K books and their little kindergarten books, and then transition them into this. This is grade 1 material, but you transition them into this because it could take a year. So I'll show you the first one, and I've done other videos as well, so you can check it out. But this is learning to read. So you can start this in kindergarten. You can start it whenever you think your child is ready. And then as they do this, you'll have the teacher's guides for the other things as well. And it'll show you, okay, when you're on learning to read 104, start language arts. Start the reading in this, you know, when you're at this workbook, start reading 101. And so they show you, so you know. So I would start with this after, like, once you're doing their kindergarten, just go ahead and start this. It's not going to hurt them. This could be a good curriculum for kindergarten with your other kindergarten books, and the things they teach in kindergarten are similar to this. So it's going to be very easy for your child to catch on. And they teach a little different than Rebecca when it comes to learning how to read, but they do have some similarities. So anyways, if you check out my other videos, I have a lot of helpful information in there. This was meant to just kind of show you what I had purchased and how much I paid. Hope this video is helpful. I do have some grade 6 material from BJU Press that I haven't done a video on, so I might go ahead and do that. Anyways, hope you all have a good day. Bye-bye.